I am very excited for today's video, guys, because look what arrived in the post. My first ACE grading submission. It's back, guys, and I cannot wait to see how the grades went. But I'm not only going to show you them, I'm also going to give you a quick rundown on how to submit to them and then give them a review and whether I actually think you should be using them, and if so, why you would use them. So let's rip into it. Hey guys, my name's Mattculli and welcome to the channel. So today, yes, we've got this bad boy. This is my first ever ACE grading return, and I'm really excited to see how this has gone, because I have to give it to them. This has been one of the most anticipated launch for a grading company that I think there's been, really, guys. There's a bunch of grading companies that have obviously popped up in the UK. Some I really rate, some not so much. But this is one I have a lot of high hopes for, because they've got some really good backing behind them, as well as just they've had a solid launch, guys. You just have to give it to them. So we're going to do the video in 3 parts. We're going to do a how to submit, my returns, and then a review on them, including if I think you should actually be using them. So let's kick off with how to submit. Okay, so we're on the PC, and I'm honestly going to keep this very quick because it's actually really simple. One of the best submission processes I've actually done. So you jump onto acegrading.com, you register an account if you don't have one, just fill in your details. They'll send you an email once you fill in your details just to verify your email address, and bang, you've made yourself an account. And what you'll then do is go back to the website and you'll log in. Now, once you've logged in, you can go and make your first submission, and it's right there. You hit that submit button, guys. There's one I've got ready to go soon. Hit start submission, and from this point you start filling in services. The name of the submission you want, the level that you want to use. I, for example, on this one use standard. Hit confirm. You can actually create, this is interesting, you can actually create a submission even though they're not accepting them right now, so you can be ready to go as soon as the service levels open up. And these are like automated, so as submissions start returning back to people, these will open up for other people. Right, you hit confirm, and then this is the part that's probably the hardest, but also it's really easy. This is where you start adding your cards. So let's say we want to add like a base set Charizard. You start typing the name in of the card Charizard, it starts bringing them up. Then you would start putting a card number in if you want, so like number 4, and look, there's a holo base set. When you hit add, it will add the name of the card up here, but you actually have to put a value in before it will add it to your list of cards. So, you know, we're just chuck £1,000 in, we're just going to use this card. Then you hit add, and it adds it to your list of submitted cards. And it's at this moment, guys, you can select if you want to get a standard label or a color match label. And for those of you that don't know what they are, don't worry, because I actually submitted some cards in color match as well as standard, so we're going to look at them in a sec. You pick the level that you want, and then you keep going through and you do the same thing. Remember, you have to make sure that you put a value in before you can hit the word add. You have to do it at this point. I think they should maybe have it lower down, and you could just add all the cards and then go through and do the value after. But this is the way they've done it. So you then put in another card name, and then you declare how much there is. You're declaring the value for insurance purposes, so there's no reason to lie at this point. If you think your card is worth a lot of money, put it in there, guys. It's all for insurance reasons. It doesn't increase how much it costs you to grade the card. Once that's done, you hit next, and you start pulling through these details. My details are in here, and hopefully I've been clever enough to cover these up, guys. And you go through, you go next, and when they're able to submit, you have a button that says submit, and then you submit. You don't pay until your cards are ready to return. What will happen once you've hit submit is you'll then get an email, and then in that email will be a form that you need to attach to the box that you're sending out. And this is the form. So this is the one from my latest submission that I've just got back, guys. You can see the cards on there that I submitted. But what this form will say is, looking at this one, is it's just got the details there. It's got your return details, but then it's got this barcode on here. This is the important part. This is the bit that people get confused about. This barcode, I think they've changed the layout for like more modern submissions. I had one I sent for a friend that went slightly later, and I got the barcode and it changed. It's now a cut-off slit at the bottom. Essentially, you need to stick that barcode to the outside of the box somewhere. So you do actually need a printer to submit to them, because you can't send it without that barcode, because essentially what they do is when they receive your box, they'll scan that barcode, and then it'll automatically update your account to say they've received your cards, and it kind of monitors your submission through the process. I think they might leave that barcode with your cards as it goes along each step, so every time they scan it, it will update the system as to where your cards are along the process. Final part is just packaging it up, guys, and they made this very, very clear. You cannot submit your cards in these. You can't send them in top loaders. You have to send them in semi-rigids, just like these ones here. Reason being is top loaders are really hard to access the card once you put it inside, whereas in semi-rigids, it's easier to get your fingers in to pull the card out, meaning they're less likely to damage the card while grading it, because they do not want to damage your cards and ruin its grades, guys. So make sure you grab some semi-rigids, just like these Bulba Pros. If you need some, go to Amazon, just chuck in Bulba Pro, and these should come up. They're a really good price, and I've been using them for ages, so I highly recommend them. And once you've done that, get some bubble wrap, wrap all your cards up, put them in a box, not a bubble mailer. Honestly, go the extra mile, put them in a box, and then go and use a delivery service like Royal Mail Guaranteed just to get the extra insurance. Post them off, and then a couple of weeks down the line, you should get your cards back just like mine. So let's check out my returns. Okay, so here we are, guys. Now, before I crack into it, if you are new here and you enjoy all things Pokemon, especially grading returns and all that sort of stuff, make sure to hit a subscribe here on the channel. It'd be very much appreciated. And drop a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and you're looking forward to grading some cards with Ace yourself. Now, I like the way this come packaged. Actually, I should show you this because it came in another box. This box came in a bigger box. Check that out. It came in another giant box with some Ace grading packaging. Look at that. Really, really well protected. I've got to give him big credit for that. Your cards are definitely safe. Now, let's see how these come laid, because I don't want to see some grades yet. Okay. Oh, that's clever. They're on their side. Can we see this? Oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, honestly, these are... Okay, there's the back of them. Okay. Anything else in here? Nothing. Good box, though. Well done. Oh, oh my God. First impressions already. I am loving the look of these. I'm going to move them to one side and we're going to do one card at a time. And we're going to look at the case first of all. And this is looking fantastic. Now, I have got the special case actually where the first few people that have submitted, they get this Ace grading stamp, and it's to mark the pedigree that no one else has... that these were like the first people, like founders essentially. I'm not sure how long they're running that for, but I know I've got it on mine still. I am quite an early cert though. Look, 392, very early cert. Look, you've got the security up there. The QR code you can scan. Maybe we'll give all this a bit of a test as well once we've looked at all the cards. And so far, this case feels freaking fantastic. But here we go, guys. First card out of the bag. I think I went for a standard label. And we've kicked off with a freaking 10. Get in. Look at that. We've got the Umbreon VMAX from Eevee Heroes in a 10. And, oh my God. These look so good. I'm well impressed. Really, really impressed. I can't wait to find out exactly how these cases fit together as well, though, because I'm interested. Can you see there's like a seam? The seam isn't on the case, but can you see there's these little joiners that hold everything in place inside? I'm really intrigued to know how that all works. Is there a seam down here? Because I'm assuming it's ultrasonic press. It doesn't feel like you're going to be able to get this apart very easily, that's for sure. But wow, that looks amazing. And I got a 10. This is officially the first 10 from any grading company I've got here on the channel. This is the first one. Let's have a look at the case. There's a slight imperfection in the case in here. Am I fussed? Not really. Some people overanalyze imperfections in cases, and I don't really get it. PSA have imperfections in theirs all the time. Beckett do it. Every grading company does. It can't always be perfect. So there's a little mark inside there. Am I that bothered? No. That looks like I'm getting hot hands holding this. Wow, that looks fantastic, and it's a 10. Wow, I definitely want to hear from you, by the way, when it comes to the end of this video. Let us know in the comments which of these cards I got back is your favourite. Right, we've got 4 more to go, and they're all Gyarados cards. There's some older stuff and newer stuff, so let's see how we got on with that. Wow, I'm loving it. Okay, next up. Now, something I know this is interesting. I did colour match for 4, which is these 4 we're about to look at. The backs don't look different between colour match and standard labels, so that's quite cool. I think... Yeah, I'd say that's quite nice not knowing. I think having like a standard back to them and not changing it for colour match. I really like the way these security tags look and stuff. Honestly, it feels great. Right, let's see what we got, guys. Ooh, we got an 8. And this is our first colour match label. And they've gone for the sort of grey and blue combo. Maybe not the colours I would have chosen for a colour match. I feel the yellow is quite a prominent colour on here. And you know, you got the purple background and stuff. But we got an 8. 2006 Holand Phantoms. They haven't put EX Holand Phantoms on this. They've just put the word Holand Phantoms. For myself, when we sell cards on our site, I always put EX in front of EX sets. Don't know why I do. I don't do that with like Sword and Shield cards. I don't say Sword and Shield, Darkness Ablaze. I would just say Darkness Ablaze. So maybe I'm just, I don't know, a little bit anal with that, guys, putting EX on the EX stuff. But maybe you don't mind. I don't know. It'd be interesting if I'm the only one. But I'm pretty happy with an 8 for that card, actually. The fit on the card is fantastic, actually, the way it actually fits inside it. And you can see, I was saying about, like, there definitely is a couple of, it's almost like a bubble mark or something inside it. Just there, you can just catch it. But overall, I think they look really, really good. Label fits nicely. I'm very happy. You can see where it's got a little bit of whitening down in this corner, which would obviously brought our score down. In regards to colour match label, I'm not massively blown away by the choice of colours for that. I don't feel they colour match. I don't know. It could just be me. I've seen some that look incredible. I have seen some that look not so. This one doesn't look bad. Like, it's nice colours. But I'd say that white would actually be better as yellow. I feel like the yellow is the colour that pops more. Yellow and blue would have been what I would have chosen. Okay, next up, what have we got? Looking pretty good on the back. Let's not hang around too much on this. But, oh, we got another 10! 2 10s in one video. Get in, and that colour match works. That is a nice looking colour match label. Blue and like a powder blue, or should I say city blue. A Gem Mint 10, Evolving Sky, Gyarados V, full art. Happy frickin' days. That is awesome. And oh, get in. Another 10. Oh, that is so good. Oh my god, I'm blown away by that. That is awesome. Now that looks good. That's a good looking colour match label. That makes sense. You compare it to that one. Doesn't really make sense. This one makes sense to me. That one's hard. It must be hard though to decide how to do colour match, because sometimes colour match can be quite a personal preference. That's why I'll talk about it at the end more, I guess, when it comes to deciding between colour match, not, and ace labels and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't have an ace label to show you guys. I should in an upcoming submission. But I didn't realise that Hidden Fates, the Legendary Bird Trio, was a choice for an ace label. Otherwise, I would have submitted one to show you an ace label in this review as well, guys. But hopefully I'll have one to bring you soon. Okay, 2 cards left. What we got on this one? Now, there's some whitening here on the back, so it's not going to be a 10, is it? It's a 6! Oh! And my hand is super hot. It's a 6, but the colour match is looking fantastic. This is a pre-release Gyarados card, added to my Gyarados collection. I had a thought that basically all my Gyarados cards are going to get graded with ace grading, because I really like the slab, and it's just for my personal stuff. And I'm still happy, I think, for an older card like that, to get a 6. Looks really, really nice, actually. Look at that. So good. I tell you what, my hands are hot, and these feel quite cold at the minute. Very happy. Well, except for it getting a 6, but, you know, hey, it's for my personal stuff. I don't really mind too much. Right, last card. And I know what this is. This is a Gyarados pre-release staff card. Ancient Origins, I believe it is. Now, the question is, how did this do? Now, it's definitely not a 10. There is definite whitening around here and around there. Is this going to be even lower? What are we going to get? Oh, it's a 6 as well, guys. Another 6 on there. So 2 10s, an 8, and 2 6s. That's not bad, actually, overall. That's not bad. And like I said, for a personal collection, I don't mind if it's getting those lower grades. But there we go. Ancient Origins Staff pre-release card there. How did they get on with the writing? Black Star promo. Gyarados Staff pre-release. It's got everything we need. Let's see how they've done it for other ones. Yeah, pre-release is written in there. Gyarados. See, they've got the set down as EX Dragon. I guess that's a promo. Rather, how did they get the numbers? Interesting that on this card, they've put the card number. Can you see the difference there? Card number is here, the info is below. And on this card, the info is above, the card number is below. And they did that on all of these. Yeah, you look at the other things. Card number, the language on there as well. So I'm not sure why that is. It'd be interesting to know why they've done it the other way around on these, including this older Gyarados. No, it's just purely... No, it is these two as well. Interesting. But overall, guys, wow, I'm very, very happy. And I think it's probably about time we give it a review. But actually, let's check out what these QR codes do first. Okay, so I've got my phone open here. Let's scan one of these and see what happens. It's going to open Ace Grading. And it's opened the cert number. Oh, that's cool. Hit cert. Look at that. And it's already brought up the submission. 6. Excellent to near mint. Color match. The year, what card it is, style, edition. Okay, so time for like my review on it, guys, and we're gonna do like a good and bad, and we're actually gonna kickstart with the bad points. Number one is a website issue, and that is the fact that you do not get an email from them when your cards are ready to be shipped. So when they're awaiting payment, they don't send you an email saying, could you pay this now? You have to just keep checking back. But in the long term, that would be annoying, because when my cards are ready, I want to just pay and I want to get them back as quick as possible. You might leave it for 2 weeks and it might have been sat there for 10 days, you know, waiting to be paid for, and you've never had an update. So it'd be quite nice if you would get an update email. I didn't get one. Maybe some of you watching, maybe it was a glitch for me, but I never received an email to ask me for payment. I just happened to click on it that morning and it said awaiting payment. I was like, sweet. So I paid and got them back. But on reflection, why didn't I get an email? And I checked again. I still haven't got an email now. So I got an email once I'd paid, but not before I paid. So that would be one thing. Another thing would be a list of what cards you could submit with to get an ACE label. An ACE label is that custom designed label that's got drawings and artwork, and it's only for special cards. It's a very small list, and they haven't made that anywhere available on the website. Now, if you go to their social media platforms, you can work out what are available as ACE labels, but you can't see that on their website. So I actually think there should be a little tab on the website somewhere that lists out what cards you can have submitted as an ACE label. So that would be nice to add. Now, one more negative, and this might fall on negative, it's a tricky one, but it would actually be the color match labels. On reflection to what I've got back now, guys, I was really excited to get color match labels, and I'm happy with some of them, and others, they wouldn't have been my color match choices. So I feel like if it's an automated system that selects those colors, I feel when you go to select the card as a color match, it'd be nice if there was a way of seeing what colors it's going to put on your label, and then you'll go, oh, I don't like that, and you can select another option. You don't know what they're going to pick. You can guess, but I would have guessed my Holand Phantoms would have got yellow and blue, and it got white and blue, and I don't think it matches the card well enough in my opinion. But everyone's opinion is different, so that's why I think it'd be quite nice to know what the label's going to look like before you select it. It's maybe a little bit of a lottery for some cards, whereas, you know, my Gyarados, the other Gyarados, they look amazing in the colour match. It does really, really work. But also, to the same extent, their standard label looks fantastic. Like, I'm so glad I submitted one at that level, because I think I'm inclined to do that now for the rest of the cards I do submit to them, with some ACE labels splattered in there when the options come around of which ones I can use that for. Going back to the negative on it, it'd be quite nice to know what the colour match label is going to look like before you select that option. Okay, in regards to negatives, that's kind of it, if I'm honest. I think everything else has been fantastic. Good points are really easy, simple website to use. Very nice submission process. I like the little thought of putting the barcode on the box, and the tracking system throughout is fantastic. Really, really works well. It's great if you go on a faster submission service like I did, because it seemed to make progress every single day that it was there, which was really nice to see. I like PSA that you send your cards off and just fingers crossed you'll get them back one day. So that was very nice. I think they seem to be a very well run company already, and that all comes down to the backing. They've got Randolph heading it up along with the guys from Grading Gen. They've clearly got money that's been injected into them. They're here to stay. They're here for the long run. They've had a fantastic, I have to give them massive props. Their launch has been incredible. They built amazing hype. I don't think I've seen so much like positive comments around a launch of a grading company. Normally it's so negative. It's so, honestly, when a company launches, and I can think to a couple without naming them, their launch has just gone atrociously. This seems to have just gone amazingly well. They've done a fantastic job. and it puts trust in them, and I think that's really, really good. So I've got to give them props for that, guys. I think they've released a fantastic product. The case feels really premium, feels great. I love the fact the QR code on the back actually works, so if you scan it, it takes you to your submission. I love they've got a pop report from day one. They had a pop report on there. You can tell they've just injected a lot of money, and they've just tried to start right. They haven't brought a prototype product out. They've released their product. This is not a beta. It's not a prototype. It's not in a month's time there's going to be a new thing. This is their product, and they're standing behind it, and I really like that as well. Another good point, I have to say, their grading scale seems to be really fair, actually. When I submitted these cards, these were kind of the grades I was expecting. I did actually hope for 10s on the 2 I got 10s for, and I got 10s. So yeah, I like the look of their grading scale. Obviously, we'll see more as time goes on. It's quite hard to say. It's quite early on. It's a small amount of cards they've graded so far. So over time, I'm sure we can really decide what their scale's like. But so far, all seems very promising. Now, the real question here, though, is would I suggest that you guys give them a go? Well, I think there's two thoughts on this. One is you're a collector, and one is you're someone that's looking to flip cards. If you're a collector of cards and you like the look of the slab, then have no hesitations. Give them a go. Grade some of your cards, the feel, the everything about it. Do consider color match, but think about it long and hard about how you really want the card to look. If you want continuity across all your cards, you decide to grade or not, because it does make all the cards look slightly different when you do color match. You won't have them in a row and they won't all look like ace graded, because they'll all be different colors and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things to consider around what type of label to choose. But would I give them a go as a collector for my own stuff? 100%, because I plan to grade more of my Gyarados cards with ace graded, and probably all of my Gyarados collection with them. Would I grade them as a seller? So I run a website selling graded Pokemon cards, singles cards, sealed product. Would I sell ace graded slabs on my website? Would I grade cards from our collection that we're selling? No, I wouldn't. They will not add value. They may look great, but they will not add value that a PSA 10, PSA 9 or a PSA 8 is going to add. Maybe if you get a 10, a great like an ace 10 on there, like the Gem Mint, you may add some value, but you're running the risk of not getting a 10 and losing a ton, and essentially you might even be worth cracking it at that point and selling it as a raw card. So I think if you're someone that's looking to just flip cards, don't go sending hundreds of cards to them to try and sell. It's not worth your time. You'll probably make more money selling them raw, rather than having the imperfections of the cards picked out by a company that isn't going to add value at this stage. Now, that's not to say in the future they won't add value, because I do think they are here for the long run. So in the future, yes, this could be a company that everyone in the UK will use, and it will be the standard. It won't be people send to PSA. There could be a chance people will send them to Ace, and I see them being here for a very long time. But for the moment, if you are just looking to flip your cards, I honestly wouldn't bother. It may sound harsh, but I just wouldn't. I'd say the same for other grading companies in the UK as well. I don't think if you're trying to flip your cards, I honestly wouldn't go here. I would send them elsewhere, i.e. PSA pretty much, or I would sell them raw. So I hope that helps you guys make your decisions on whether you want to grade with Ace Grading, and I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'd love to know all your thoughts and feelings and everything in the comments down below, so make sure to go and shout out down below, guys. Give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you found it helpful, and make sure to hit subscribe here on the channel if you're new. Other than that, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!